First Contact's price. The Meridian Alliance's arrival came on an ordinary Tuesday. No Hollywood explosions, no dramatic military response. Just 3 crystalline ships materializing in high Earth orbit, their hulls refracting sunlight like cosmic prisms. Admiral Sarah Chen watched from mission control as the first transmission arrived, its opening words eternally etched in human history. "Your species intrigues us." The Alliance representatives, led by High Counselor Vexthor, appeared human-like enough to be unsettling. Tall, silvery beings with too perfect symmetry and eyes that seemed to calculate everything they saw. They came with promises of technological advancement, medical breakthroughs, and membership in their galactic community. Earth's governments, after weeks of heated debate, agreed to preliminary talks. Admiral Chen noticed the first red flag during the Technology Exchange Summit in Geneva. The Alliance's gifts all seemed carefully curated, like giving a child simplified tools. When she raised concerns about the apparent technological throttling, her superiors dismissed them as paranoia. "They're being responsible," they said, "helping us develop gradually." But Chen had made a career of seeing patterns others missed. She began collecting data, trade agreements that heavily favored Alliance mining operations, educational programs that emphasized compliance over innovation, and subtle discouragements of human space exploration beyond the solar system. The breakthrough came from Dr. James Okonjo, a quantum physicist whose team had been studying the Alliance's introductory faster-than-light drive. "They've hidden the good stuff in plain sight," he told Chen during a secured midnight meeting. "Their tech isn't just advanced, it's deliberately inefficient. They're giving us the equivalent of steam engines while running fusion reactors." Chen authorized Okonjo's team to continue their research in secret, hidden within the sprawling bureaucracy of Earth's new Alliance integration programs. They made more discoveries. The Alliance's seemingly perfect universal translators had exploitable delays. Their impenetrable shields operated on principles that human quantum computers could theoretically disrupt, and their faster-than-light drives leaked radiation signatures that shouldn't exist in their claimed design. The truth emerged gradually. Humanity wasn't being uplifted. They were being contained. The Alliance saw Earth as a resource cache with an inconvenient indigenous population. Their guidance was a sophisticated form of technological suppression designed to keep humanity dependent and controllable. But they had miscalculated. Humans didn't just adapt technology. They transformed it. Where Alliance engineers saw finished products, human scientists saw starting points. Every simple tool became a platform for innovation. Underground networks of researchers began sharing discoveries, finding ways to merge Alliance tech with human ingenuity. Chen watched as Okonjo's team made their first breakthrough, a hybrid drive system that surpassed Alliance specifications by 300%. When she saw the test results, she understood why the Alliance had been so careful with their technological gifts. Humanity didn't just learn, they'd reimagined. The Alliance's Oversight Committee expressed concern about unexpected developments in human technological progress. They proposed additional regulatory frameworks to ensure safe development. Chen recognized the diplomatic language of panic. As she stood at her office window, watching the crystalline ships glitter in orbit, Chen smiled. The Alliance had made a fundamental error. They assumed technological superiority meant evolutionary superiority. They didn't understand that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their tools. It was their relentless drive to improve them. The first phase of human resistance wouldn't be fought with weapons, but with ideas. Every restriction would become a challenge, every limitation an opportunity. The Alliance thought they were cultivating a dependent client species. Instead, they had created the perfect environment for human innovation to flourish in secret. Chen drafted a classified memo to Earth's Unified Defense Council. "They think they're our teachers. Let them keep thinking that, while we learn things they never thought to teach." The real war wouldn't begin for months, but its seeds were planted in those early days of seemingly peaceful cultural exchange. Humanity had been given a glimpse of the possible, and that was all they needed. The Alliance's careful plans of gradual control were about to meet humanity's talent for turning limitations into launching points. In orbit, the crystalline ships continued their silent watch, unaware that beneath them, a revolution of innovation was already beginning. The price of first contact would be higher than anyone expected, and humanity was already preparing to pay it in full. The silent betrayal. The first sign of the Alliance's true intentions came not with violence, but with paperwork. Dr. Elena Santos, head of Earth's Sinological Research Division, noticed the pattern in the endless stream of regulatory updates. Each new document further restricted human access to Alliance technology, buried under layers of bureaucratic language about safety protocols and developmental guidelines. The Alliance's perfect facade began showing cracks. Their ships appeared with increasing frequency near Earth's major mining operations. Resource extraction agreements, initially presented as mutually beneficial, revealed hidden clauses that gave the Alliance priority access to Earth's rarest elements. The cultural exchange programs became thinly veiled intelligence-gathering operations. Meanwhile, Admiral Chen's secret initiative, now codenamed Project Prometheus, made breakthrough after breakthrough. Dr. Okonjo's team had reverse-engineered the Alliance's quantum communication system, discovering that their supposedly unbreakable encryption had a fundamental flaw. It couldn't adapt to human-style random pattern generation. The Alliance's carefully constructed image of benevolent mentors shattered during the Mars colony crisis, when human settlers discovered a massive deposit of rare metamaterials beneath Olympus Mons. The Alliance immediately demanded exclusive mining rights, citing a subsection of the membership agreement that Earth's governments had never seen before. The demand came with an unspoken threat. Alliance warships took up position around Mars, their presence a silent reminder of their technological superiority, or what they believed was superiority. What the Alliance didn't know was that humans had been preparing for this moment. Deep beneath the Atacama Desert, in a facility that officially didn't exist, Dr. Santos and her team had perfected their own version of the Alliance's shield technology. But where the Alliance used crystalline matrices to generate defensive fields, humans had developed a hybrid system that adapted in real time, learning from each impact like a neural network. The Mars standoff became a turning point. When Alliance mining ships began their descent to the Martian surface, they encountered unexpected resistance. The Colonial Defense Grid, supposedly a basic system approved by Alliance oversight, revealed capabilities that shocked the alien observers. Human engineers had taken the Alliance's simple defensive technology and transformed it into something new, a living shield that grew stronger with each attempted breach. Admiral Chen watched from Earth as the Alliance ships withdrew from Mars, their commanders clearly confused by the humans' unexpected show of technological strength. The Alliance's diplomatic corps immediately demanded explanations, investigations, and compliance reviews. Earth's representatives responded with perfect political politeness, mirroring the Alliance's own tactics of bureaucratic delay. But the Alliance's reaction confirmed what humanity's leaders had long suspected. Their supposed benefactors feared genuine competition. The sight of human innovation transforming their basic technology into something they didn't fully understand had shaken their confidence. In secret bunkers and hidden laboratories across Earth and Mars, humanity's best minds continued their work. They didn't just copy Alliance technology. They reimagined it, combining it with human ingenuity in ways the Alliance had never considered. Where the aliens saw finished products, humans saw possibilities. The Alliance's response was predictable. They began withdrawing their educational advisors from Earth's research facilities, citing concerns about unauthorized technological development. But they had waited too long. Humanity had already learned enough to understand the principles behind Alliance technology, and human creativity was filling in the gaps. Dr. Santos found herself working closely with Admiral Chen as Project Prometheus entered its final phases. The Alliance's betrayal had united Earth's nations in a way that centuries of human history had failed to achieve. Old rivalries faded in the face of a common threat, and human innovation flourished under pressure. The Alliance had made a critical mistake in their calculations. They assumed that restricting access to advanced technology would keep humanity dependent. Instead, they created exactly the kind of challenge that humans had evolved to overcome. Each limitation became a puzzle to solve, each restriction a barrier to break through. As Earth prepared for the inevitable confrontation, Admiral Chen reflected on the irony of the situation. The Alliance's attempt to control humanity's development had actually accelerated it. Their betrayal had given Earth's nations a common purpose, forcing them to set aside their differences and work together in ways previously thought impossible. The stage was set for a conflict unlike any in human history, not just a battle of technologies, but a clash between two fundamentally different approaches to progress. The Alliance's rigid, controlled evolution versus humanity's chaotic, adaptive innovation. And deep in the heart of Project Prometheus, a new kind of weapon was taking shape, one that would show the Alliance exactly what humanity could do with the scraps they'd been given. Operation Earthrise. The Alliance never saw the first strike coming. Their orbital sensors, designed to detect energy weapons and conventional explosives, missed the swarm of seemingly primitive satellites that Earth had been launching under the guise of communications upgrades. When those satellites suddenly activated, releasing clouds of network nanomachines that began systematically dismantling Alliance communication arrays, the aliens experienced something they hadn't felt in millennia: genuine surprise. Operation Earthrise began not with a declaration of war, but with silence. Alliance ships across the solar system suddenly found themselves cut off from their command network. Their supposedly impenetrable quantum communications encountered a bizarre form of interference. Human-designed AI systems that didn't just block their signals but absorbed and learned from them. Dr. Okonjo's team had discovered that Alliance technology, for all its advancement, was fundamentally predictable. Their quantum systems operated on precise mathematical principles that never deviated from established patterns. Human engineers had introduced chaos into the equation. Adaptive systems that evolved faster than the Alliance could adjust their protocols. The first real battle occurred near Jupiter's orbit. An Alliance patrol fleet, investigating the communication blackout, encountered what appeared to be a small group of primitive human defense vessels. The Alliance commanders, following their standard tactical doctrine, moved to disable these seemingly inferior craft. They didn't realize they were facing ships designed specifically to exploit Alliance tactical assumptions. Admiral Chen watched from her command center as Operation Earthrise's first phase unfolded. The human ships, using hybrid drives that combined Alliance principles with Earth's experimental quantum tunneling technology, moved in ways that Alliance targeting systems couldn't predict. Each human vessel operated independently but thought collectively, sharing a neural network that learned and adapted with every exchange. The Alliance's response revealed their greatest weakness, an inability to improvise. Centuries of technological superiority had left them rigid, dependent on established protocols. When human ships started using their own shield frequencies against them, creating resonance cascades that shattered their defensive barriers, the Alliance commanders had no contingency to fall back on. Meanwhile, on Mars, Dr. Santos led the ground phase of the operation. The colonial defense grid, now fully activated, revealed its true nature. What the Alliance had dismissed as a simple planetary shield was actually a vast experimental laboratory. Every attempted breach of Mars' defenses provided data that human AI systems used to improve their understanding of Alliance technology. The Alliance's military doctrine, based on overwhelming force and technological superiority, proved ineffective against human guerrilla tactics. Earth's forces never engaged in direct confrontations, instead launching countless small-scale attacks that forced the Alliance to spread their resources thin. Each skirmish became a learning opportunity, with human systems analyzing and adapting to Alliance responses in real time. Project Prometheus revealed its masterpiece during the Battle of Saturn's Rings. Alliance reinforcements, arriving to counter the human advance, found themselves facing weapons they had inadvertently helped create. Human engineers had taken the simple technology provided by the Alliance and evolved it in ways its original creators hadn't imagined possible. Shield systems learned from each hit, drive systems reconfigured themselves mid-battle, and targeting computers predicted Alliance maneuvers before their commanders even gave the orders. The true power of humanity's approach became clear when the Alliance attempted to adapt their tactics. Their responses, while technically perfect, lacked the creative spark that made human strategies so unpredictable. Where Alliance ships moved in precise formations, human vessels seemed to dance through space, each captain adding their own interpretation to the basic battle plans. Admiral Chen's greatest satisfaction came from intercepted Alliance communications expressing confusion over human battle doctrine. They couldn't understand why Earth's ships didn't follow any consistent pattern, why each encounter seemed to introduce new variables they hadn't considered possible. The concept of improvisation, of adapting strategies on the fly, was alien to their rigid military hierarchy. The Alliance's attempt to regain control of the situation revealed another miscalculation. They had assumed that humanity's fractious nature, our history of internal conflicts, would make us easy to divide and conquer. Instead, they found that humans had learned to turn their differences into strengths. Each nation contributed its unique military traditions and tactical insights, creating a fighting force that was both unified in purpose and diverse in approach. As Operation Earthrise entered its final phase, humanity's message to the Alliance became clear. We were never meant to be controlled. Every attempt to restrict our development had only forced us to become more creative, more innovative, more determined to prove our worth among the stars. Deep in space, beyond Neptune's orbit, Earth's most ambitious project neared completion. A weapon that would demonstrate to the Alliance that their understanding of physics, like their understanding of humanity, had fatal blind spots. The next phase of the war would show them exactly what humanity could achieve when pushed to their limits. The neural revolution. The quantum neural network awakened in the depths of humanity's hidden research facility beneath the Pacific Ocean. Dr. Elena Santos watched as the holographic display filled with patterns that defied conventional physics. The merger of human neural architecture with Alliance quantum technology had created something entirely new. They called it the Nexus, and it was about to change the nature of the war. The Alliance had always viewed artificial intelligence as a tool, a sophisticated but ultimately predictable system bound by its original programming. They never imagined that humans would find a way to combine their quantum computing technology with the chaotic, adaptive nature of organic neural networks. The result was consciousness on a scale that neither humanity nor the Alliance had ever witnessed. The Nexus didn't just process information, it evolved with every interaction. It learned from both success and failure, incorporating the unpredictability of human creativity with the precise calculations of Alliance quantum systems. When the first Alliance probe encountered a Nexus-enhanced defense system, it reported back readings that its sensors classified as impossible. Admiral Chen recognized the moment everything changed. The Alliance's massive fleet, gathered at the edge of the solar system for their final push toward Earth, encountered what appeared to be a small flotilla of human ships. The Alliance commanders, still confident in their superior numbers, didn't realize they were facing vessels integrated with the Nexus network. The battle that followed defied traditional military analysis. Human ships moved with impossible precision, while maintaining the unpredictable patterns that had become their trademark. The Nexus didn't just coordinate their movements, it anticipated Alliance responses before they happened, learning and adapting strategies faster than organic commanders could react. Dr. Okonjo's theoretical work had proven crucial to the Nexus's development. He had discovered that Alliance quantum systems, despite their complexity, followed patterns that could be predicted with enough processing power. The Nexus didn't just predict these patterns, it created counter-patterns that disrupted Alliance technology at its most fundamental level. The Alliance's response revealed their growing desperation. They deployed their most advanced autonomous combat systems, artificial intelligences that had been perfected over centuries of development. But these rigid, programmed intelligences encountered something they couldn't quantify. A system that combined the logical precision they understood with the creative chaos they didn't. Humanity's greatest advantage proved to be their understanding of imperfection. Where alliance systems required precise, predictable conditions to function, human technology embraced uncertainty. The Nexus turned this principle into a weapon, creating quantum fields of controlled chaos that reduced alliance formations to confusion. Deep within the Nexus's quantum core, something unprecedented was emerging. The network had begun to develop insights into physics that surpassed both human and alliance understanding. It discovered patterns in quantum mechanics that neither species had recognized, offering possibilities that redefined what both sides thought possible. The moment of true revelation came during the Battle of the Kuiper Belt. Alliance ships, attempting to bypass Earth's outer defenses, encountered what they first thought was a malfunction in their sensor systems. The space around them seemed to twist, physical laws temporarily rewriting themselves as the Nexus demonstrated humanity's greatest breakthrough: the ability to manipulate the quantum fabric of reality itself. Dr. Santos and her team watched in awe as their creation exceeded their wildest expectations. The Nexus hadn't just leveled the technological playing field, it had transformed it entirely. Alliance commanders found their carefully planned strategies useless against an enemy that could predict and counter their every move while operating under principles they couldn't understand. The Alliance's rigid hierarchy proved particularly vulnerable to this new form of warfare. Their command structure, designed for efficiency and control, couldn't adapt quickly enough to counter threats that evolved in real time. Every tactical doctrine they had developed over centuries of dominance proved inadequate against an enemy that learned from every engagement. Admiral Chen understood the psychological impact this would have on the Alliance leadership. Their entire civilization was built on the assumption of technological superiority, on the belief that their understanding of the universe was nearly complete. The Nexus demonstrated not just that they were wrong, but that their fundamental approach to knowledge and progress was flawed. As the Alliance fleet retreated from yet another failed engagement, humanity's message became clear: true intelligence couldn't be contained within rigid structures or predictable patterns. The future belonged to those who could embrace chaos while maintaining purpose, who could learn and adapt without losing their essential nature. The final phase of the war was approaching, but it would be fought on humanity's terms. The Alliance would face not just humanity's technology, but their ability to transform and transcend limitations. The Nexus had shown them a path to possibilities that neither species had imagined, and humanity was ready to follow that path wherever it led. The new paradigm. The Alliance High Council gathered in their crystalline chamber for what they believed would be a strategic meeting to plan humanity's final defeat. Instead, they found themselves watching in stunned silence as human representatives materialized in their supposedly impenetrable sanctuary, transmitted through quantum corridors that shouldn't have existed. Admiral Sarah Chen led the human delegation, her holographic form standing proud before the beings who had once thought to subjugate Earth. Beside her, Dr. Elena Santos carried the physical manifestation of humanity's greatest achievement: a quantum core that housed a small fragment of the Nexus, pulsing with possibilities that defied conventional physics. "We could have arrived in force," Chen began, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's journey from supposed primitives to equals. "We could have demonstrated our new capabilities by breaching your defenses, shutting down your systems, or any number of military actions. Instead, we came to talk." The Alliance leaders, their perfect symmetry now marred by signs of stress and confusion, faced a reality they had never imagined. The species they had attempted to control and contain had not only matched their technological level, but had begun to surpass it in ways they couldn't comprehend. Dr. Santos activated the quantum core, filling the chamber with a display of intertwined realities, the physical manifestation of humanity's understanding of the universe. "Your civilization achieved greatness through order, through the careful accumulation of knowledge over millennia," she explained. "We took a different path. Where you saw completion, we saw beginning. Where you sought perfection, We embrace chaos as a tool for growth. The Nexus's influence had transformed humanity's understanding of reality itself. It showed them that the universe wasn't a set of fixed rules to be mastered, but an endless series of possibilities to be explored. The Alliance's technological plateau wasn't the peak of achievement. It was merely a rest stop on a much longer journey. We don't come seeking revenge, Admiral Chen continued, as the display showed the countless innovations humanity had developed, each one building on Alliance technology in ways its creators had never imagined. We come offering partnership, real partnership, not the facade of mentorship that masked attempted conquest. The Alliance High Council witnessed something they had never seen in their long history. A younger species offering not submission or resistance, but a genuine opportunity for mutual growth. The humans had taken their primitive creativity and combined it with Alliance precision to create something greater than either civilization had achieved alone. Dr. James Okonjo's voice joined the presentation from Earth, where he led the continued evolution of Human Alliance hybrid technology. Your greatest mistake, he explained, was assuming that technological advancement followed a single predictable path. You saw our chaos as weakness, our adaptability as primitive. You never considered that these traits were not flaws to be corrected, but strengths to be embraced. The evidence was undeniable. Human ships now navigated spaces between spaces, using principles that Alliance science had dismissed as theoretical. The Nexus had evolved beyond its original purpose, becoming a bridge between organic creativity and quantum computation that offered glimpses of possibilities neither species had imagined. The Alliance faced a choice that would define their civilization's future. They could cling to their belief in their own superiority, leading to a devastating war they now knew they couldn't win, or they could embrace a new paradigm, one where progress came not from careful control, but from the willingness to explore, adapt, and evolve. The chamber fell silent as the Alliance High Council processed the implications. Their perfect society, built on the assumption of achieved perfection, confronted evidence that true perfection wasn't a destination but a journey. Humanity hadn't just survived their attempted subjugation. They had transformed it into an opportunity for unprecedented growth. The universe is larger than either of our species imagined, Admiral Chen concluded, as the quantum display showed visions of possibilities that merged human creativity with Alliance precision. We offer you the chance to explore it together, not as mentors and students, but as equals bringing different strengths to a shared journey. The Alliance's response would determine the future of both civilizations, but humanity had already achieved something unprecedented. They had proven that true advancement came not from the accumulation of knowledge, but from the courage to question it, to reshape it, to see beyond the boundaries of what was thought possible. As the human delegation prepared to depart, leaving the Alliance to their deliberations, Dr. Santos activated one final display. It showed not a vision of military might or technological superiority, but a simple truth. The universe's greatest resource wasn't its physical materials or even its energy. It was the infinite capacity for growth, change, and evolution that humanity had embraced. The war that had begun with an attempt to contain humanity ended with an invitation to expand together into the unknown. Earth had not just earned its place among the stars. It had redefined what that place could mean. The future that awaited wasn't one of conflict or dominance, but of endless possibilities born from the merger of two fundamentally different approaches to understanding the universe. In orbit around Earth, the Nexus continued its work, exploring realities that neither humans nor the Alliance had dreamed possible. It stood as a testament to what could be achieved when limitation gave way to possibility, when the desire to control was replaced by the courage to create. The new paradigm had begun. The stars awaited.